After a year stagnation in the IPO market, there has been a significant turnaround in recent months with Nasdaq's announcement of impressive IPO numbers and more companies registering with regulators to go public. In the first half of 2023, it welcomed 60 IPOs, raising a total of $3.7 billion. Joining us now is Karen Snow, Nasdaq Global Head of Listings. Karen, great to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
This has got to be a surprise to you, given last year and the prognostications of just a quiet equity market in general, all these concerns about a recession, et cetera.
Yeah, well, a lot has to do with what the Fed is signaling to the marketplace. And as you know, markets tend to trade ahead of that. There's been a lot of fantastic companies willing and able to access the markets. Their businesses aren't so recessionary prone. So these companies that are coming out now are trading, extremely well.
So it sounds like there was a little bit of a rush to get out of the gates before things got rough in the second half of the year. Is that sort of the thinking?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say that we have seen more and more companies access the markets. The follow-on markets have been incredible. There's been 420 deals that have come to market raising $50 billion. At Nasdaq, we've actually had 62 deals come on the IPO front, raising $4 billion. So there's been a steady pace here. We've got an 85% win rate, and we've had two of the top three largest IPOs come to market. Nextracker, which was a spin out from Flex, Nasdaq listed, that's traded up about 66% since it came to market. They've also done a follow-on. We had Accelerin, that's traded up about 16% since it came to market. These are large IPOs that the markets have been really excited about. We also had the spin out of GE Healthcare. And while that wasn't a traditional IPO, they've had the largest follow-on year to date. So the markets are receptive. Investors are looking for new issuance. So we're expecting the second half to be pretty decent.
You can't have a full-fledged, full-blown AI fervor boom without IPOs. It's impossible, and you know that's coming. Yep. So it just seems like there's just no way around it. There's going to be an IPO boom in AI, which will be an IPO boom.
There absolutely will be.
And it's coming.
Yep, so there will be. And those actually might be the situations where those companies might not be profitable yet. So everybody that we've seen come to market to date has really been profitable.
Oh, yeah, let's get to the non-profitable ones that go up 4 times in value. On that's that's coming. The IPO market's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. You throw in COVID, that threw everything off. But it's onward and upward to new highs, don't you think? I mean, it's just the way we work.
Yeah, the Nasdaq, as you've cited, is up 32% year to date, which is the largest move it's had since 19. Yeah, exactly. So very exciting. The S&P is coming through, and you're starting to see it spread out. I know we've been very focused on the AI stocks, but AI is going to have huge implications for an entire economy, from productivity to go-to-market strategies. It's big.
I can't imagine, could it be like the internet? Could it be comparable to the internet?
I think it absolutely will be, and I think it'll hit our economy faster. I think the internet bubble and how those companies really needed to evolve their business models. We needed to evolve the models around the technology. AI is really fitting into what we're already doing.
Even more quickly. Some great things. In terms of healthcare and medicine and everything, and even how you administer medicine, how you track outcomes, all that stuff.
Clinical trials.
But then I think about
really helped by AI.
The buggy whip. I think about how many people that do things that AI could do, and I worry about. I mean, we're going to need to help people figure out other things to do that are going to be displaced by AI, don't you think? Never us.
Yes, but I think of it in a way that it'll enable us to really focus on things that we can really make a difference, right? So people have been worried about robotics and what that would mean.
Luddites. We've been worried about, those were some kind of machines that were displacing people back then. Farmland. I mean, pharma has 1% of the labor force it had from 100 years ago.
Seeing how publicly traded companies react to, how the stocks react to the mention of AI or that they're doing something that will generate whatever it is, revenues because of AI. Are you worried that when these AI IPOs come, we're getting poised for a bubble or some sort of, just things that are too frothy?
I'm not really worried about that. I do think that investors take an approach where they're really doing their homework on these things. And there may be some companies that say they do things that aren't necessarily as impactful as they're suggesting they are. But hopefully you'll see that pretty quickly. It'll be transparent who the winners and losers will be.
Is Nasdaq hoping that a spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved?
I would say yes. Mm-hmm.
Because of the trading volumes and.
Well, I think we recognize that there's big opportunities around Bitcoin. I think that it's been fits and starts, but that it would be a good outcome.